What is going on, everybody? So welcome back to another video here on the channel. So today we're going to be talking about, is Drew McIntyre done with the WWE? Before we get started in today's video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure to ring that notification bell so you guys will not miss new videos or live streams. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. What is going on, everybody? So obviously with Drew McIntyre and the WWE not coming to a contract a contract extension in a way, it brings up the question that I'm posing to you guys who are going to see this video: is Drew McIntyre done with the WWE? Now, I'm going to make this a little bit clear. I'm not going to, don't take this out of context, say, oh, no, he's going to jump ship like that. But I'm going to kind of give you my thoughts and my opinions and kind of give my own speculations on this situation of what's going on with Drew McIntyre and the WWE. So, one of the things that I've noticed, especially in terms of how everything is going on with Drew McIntyre, was not renewing his contract. Obviously, his contract runs to early 2024. And, and with Endeavor, with the purchase of the company, with the merger, and going to be, I think, this coming fall of 2023. But like I said, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. I think what's going to happen is, I think they're going to try to find a way to lowball Drew McIntyre, or in terms of the value of the contract. And I think overall, I think he might walk out. That's the way that I look at it, because yes, Drew McIntyre is 37 years old. He's been doing this for a long time. I think a lot of times I think people tend to forget, when he first came up in 2009 as the quote unquote chosen one, has held the IC title once before, but was very green in the ring. He gets released in 2010, goes to stays with the European indie scene, kind of reinvents himself, goes to Impact for a little bit, kills it there, gets brought back, and kind of has this best run where, yes, and there's the downside to that run, in a way, I'm going to say it's not like a downside, going to make that clear, but when he won the world title in the pandemic era, I think he also came out and said, yeah, it doesn't really feel the same without any fans, and I think that's where that kind of leads to my next, or I'm saying not next point, but the next step to this was when he lost the world title, and ever since then he hasn't really been recovered, his momentum and the star power that he had. It was just kind of, it just fizzled out, and which is pathetic to say for a guy of his caliber. Let's be real, dealt with some crazy gimmicks over the years. I think people tend to really want to most forget his time in 3MB, and I'm not going to talk about that, but that's kind of what I mean by that. But with him not renewing a new contract with the WWE, like I mentioned before, it could lead to one of two things. Either he could be done with the company, he might walk elsewhere, to look for a better deal and, and wrestle better. People are going to say, oh, he might jump to AEW. And, with AEW going to be in London, which, if that were the case, if he wanted to, he could, in a way, because it's in his own backyard, even though he is from Scotland, but he's still from that UK area. Other places I can see him go to if he were to decide to be done with the company: ICW back in Glasgow, Scotland, stay in his own backyard in the Scottish wrestling scene, or go to Impact. Those are, for me, those are the couple places I can think of that can use a guy like Drew McIntyre. But do I think, and in reality, do I think he's done with the company? No. I think WWE will be dumb enough to not let him walk. But at some point, I think the company has to realize, you got to pay this man. This dude gave you his all the last few years, especially like I said, going through the pandemic era, all the way up to now. And speaking of that, with some of the upcoming PLEs coming up, yeah, and Drew McIntyre, they removed a lot of, of Drew from advertisements from, house shows, the premium live events, or what they were known as pay-per-views back a couple of years ago. that should also tell you where Drew McIntyre and the company stand with each other. They just can't come to an agreement to what Drew's asking for. And if I'm if I'm Endeavor and and stuff like that, and Drew's a hard worker. I mean, the dude's track record speaks for itself. And I really do think Drew deserves a lot better. In my honest opinion, the dude is a phenomenal talent. Like I said. But like I said, do I think he's going to be done? Probably not. The dude pretty much is a WWE loyalist. But then again, we have seen in times in past, these WWE loyalists go elsewhere and actually have better success. So that remains, and what his future holds remains up in the air. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Drew McIntyre in this entire situation? Do you guys think he's done, or will he go elsewhere? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comment sections down below. And with that being said, this was Robert from the Philly Sports Talk Podcast. I will see you guys in the next video.